So, after filming my December reading wrap-up and then it taking 6 hours to upload for some random reason, filming another video seemed like the last thing I was going to do tonight. But here we are. Why? Because I just finished reading the first story of the first book of the Arsène Lupin series. Probably going to screw up my French in this video, even though I did it in high school, just a heads up. And I was blown away. As a Persona 5 fan, this first story in the first book blew my mind and gave me a great appreciation for both Joker and Arsène Lupin as his persona, as well as the character. So I'm here to say 5 reasons why Arsène is the perfect persona for Joker and why every Persona 5 fan needs to read these books. Reason number 1 is before the book even starts, we have an introduction explaining the history of this character, and author Maurice Leblanc is said to have said, "Arsène Lupin follows me everywhere. He is not my shadow. I am his shadow." As Persona fans, we all know the significance of the word shadow and the connection between a shadow and a persona, because your persona is your shadow, or your shadow becomes your persona. So that's just too appropriate, right? Reason number 2 is that the very first story in the entire Arsène Lupin canon, the first story of the first book, is literally the arrest of Arsène Lupin. That is literally the title of the story, and that is what happens at the end of it. Remember how the game starts. We start with Joker escaping what we later find out to be Sae Nijima's casino palace, only to get arrested by the police as soon as he arrives outside, with the first 2/3 of the game then showing us how we got to that point. So both the game and the book that inspired the protagonist persona start with our protagonist being arrested. That is an amazing, mind-blowing parallel that I love. Reason number 3 is that in this story, we learn that Arsène Lupin leaves a calling card at all of his thefts. As we all know, for each heist the Phantom Thieves pull off, they leave a calling card before to manifest the treasure. This also leads into reason number 4, sort of. Reason number 4 relates to Joker as the wild card, which is a persona user who can adopt multiple personas. And at the end of the first story, we learn that Arsène Lupin does the same thing. He adopts many mannerisms and personalities of different people. To read it, "Why," said he, "why should I retain a definite form and feature? Why not avoid the danger of a personality that is ever the same? My actions will serve to identify me." And the very last line of the book says, "So much the better if no one can ever say with absolute certainty, there is Arsène Lupin. The essential point is that the public may be able to refer to my work and say, without fear of mistake, Arsène Lupin did that." So this ties in both to what I said about the calling cards, how those undeniably identify the Phantom Thieves as the perpetrator of whatever shenanigans follow. But also, this ties into the wild card because, like I said, the wild card can adopt multiple personas. And Joker, whose persona is Arsène, is the wild card. And finally, reason number 5 is that we also learn in the introduction that Arsène Lupin has a nemesis in the form of a detective. This was actually originally intended to be Sherlock Holmes. However, Sir Arthur Conan Doyle objected to that. So his name was actually changed to Sherlock Sholmes. And if you know anything about Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, that name should be familiar to you. And this book is the reason why that was possible. But to return to Persona, Sherlock Holmes is not the only detective nemesis that Arsène Lupin has. He has another in the form of Maynard. This mirrors Akechi, who is the detective prince in Persona 5, and who eventually causes a lot of problems for Joker and betrays him. He is the reason he gets arrested at Sai's palace, and like Joker, he is also presumably a wild card since we see him use multiple personas, Robin Hood and Loki, displaying a similar ability to Joker and the literary Arsène Lupin to adopt multiple personalities and mannerisms and bearings to suit their needs. Anyway, thank you for watching this video. If you are a Persona 5 fan, please like and subscribe, because I am planning a themed book recommendation video, a la my Hunger Games District video, where I recommend books for all of the Phantom Thieves. I need to complete Persona 5 Tactica first, because I'd like to also include the spin-off characters from Strikers and Tactica in that. That'll be out sometime this month or possibly next month, depending on when I finish the game and when I decide to do it. But if you are a Persona 5 fan, like I said, please subscribe so you don't miss out on that. With that said, do lots of maths, read lots of books, and you'll have an awesome day. Hopefully not one where you upload a video and it takes 6 hours! I don't know why that happened.